Hey guys, welcome to match 38 of the IPL on a nice Friday as we head into yet another double-header weekend. Um, Good match again today. Good mid-table teams looking to move to the upper half of the table. Punjab versus Lucknow. Uh, any key thing to note, Shubham, around lineups? I think we are
I-
expecting some comebacks.
आज के में so आज के में I think Punjab basically Dhawan needs to come back. I think their batting has been sort of the way they have gone around is that everyone is just coming and hitting. There is no anchor in the team, which has sort of costed them the game against RCB. So वो एक like an anchor type of thing is very badly needed, and I think Shikhar Dhawan का importance और भी clear हो गया
Hmm.
basically last two games से. बिल्कुल ही मतलब पूरी टीम is sort of very dependent and there are no partnerships as such being built. So I think Shikhar Dhawan is badly awaited in this team. Other than that, I think Ellis sort of has made his way back now. Instead of Rabada, they will look to continue with him. Had a great start to the season also. बाकी अर्शदीप तो भाई एकदम फॉर्म में आ गए लास्ट मैच.
Yeah,
तो या आई
wicket.
थिंक दे आर सॉर्टेड इन बॉलिंग. सो ओनली बैटिंग चेंज में भी वही एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ कि अथर्वा ताइडे की जगह मे बी धवन कम्स इन. दैट्स द
Hmm.
ओनली थिंग फॉर पंजाब.
या और एलएसजी का अब देखना पड़ेगा आफ्टर द हाउलर फ्रॉम लास्ट गेम. आई डोंट नो इफ दे look at Quinton to come and shake things up a bit because last match was just insane. Like I don't know what they were doing. Rahul is a troll.
राहुल इज हमारे लिए फैंटेसी जेम है. वो पॉइंट्स देगा बट मैच हर
एग्जैक्टली
लाइक दैट.
यही ना इधर ये ग्रीन ग्रीन ठीक है फैंटेसी के लिए बढ़िया है लेकिन वही है कि it's just it's just sad. I mean, last game was really bad. So yeah, I'm expecting Quinty to come maybe to change things, but it's just that Mayers has been doing good. Stoinis finally is bowling as well. So it's just interesting to see, what they're gonna do. Wood looks like he's gone. So I think this Naveen, they need to play a bowler. So yeah, it's just tough to see how Quinton comes in, whether he comes in for a Mayers. But I think at some point they're gonna do it. So they might do that today. Let's see.
हाँ,
Uh,
मेयर्स को तो बैक कर ही लिया है काफी. आई थिंक ही
yeah.
गोस. हुडा का क्या होगा? बस हुडा का तो क्या
यार
करना
उसको
है.
अभी भी नहीं निकाला तो मैं मान गया. मतलब आई डोंट नो हाउ ही कुछ नहीं किया उसने. अब कुछ 30 रन मारे होंगे सारे मैच मिला के. ही इज जस्ट
उसको बोल जितना सा थोड़ा बॉल दे दो कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाए. मतलब बिल्कुल उसको ऐसे ही रखा है अभी टीम में. मतलब वन डाउन आता है और आउट होता है. मतलब दैट इज
हाँ.
हाउ.
Yeah, pura lal. He hasn't done anything. Same thing here with Rahul Chahar. I mean, एक wicket in a season where spinners are gobbling wickets is surprising. Um, but yeah, I mean that's a good segue into picks where I think these two teams may there are a few standouts, but then it's a little bit of a struggle. So maybe let's get right into it. What do you think are the good buys?
आई थिंक राहुल को बोलना ही पड़ेगा. मतलब फैंटेसी जेम तो है ही भाई अपना. पॉइंट्स देगा. 50-60 पॉइंट्स इज लाइक मिनिमम गारंटीड. ही फील्ड एट पोजीशंस वेयर ही गेट कैचेस. बट वो टीम को जिताए या ना जिताए, आपकी फैंटेसी टीम को जरूर जिताएगा. सो
Yeah.
आई थिंक राहुल इज समवन यू हैव टू हैव.
I'm a
एंड
little
सेम.
worried about that today कि वो एकदम प्रेशर में आके पता नहीं क्या कर लेगा.
नहीं, वो उसको इतना बोला हुआ है. लोग सालों से बोल रहे हैं उसको कि भाई मतलब स्ट्राइक रेट ही टोल्ड राइट. ही हैज टोल्ड 2 years बैक दैट आई थिंक स्ट्राइक रेट इज एन ओवर
Hmm.
एग्जैजरेटेड थिंग इन T20. एंड वो वैसे ही खेलता है. मुझे नहीं लगता उसको किसी से फर्क पड़ता है. मतलब दैट्स हाउ ही हैज डेवलप्ड हिज बैटिंग. एंड
Hmm.
आई डोंट सी हिम चेंजिंग हिज स्टाइल जस्ट बिकॉज sort of he's having the social media pressure. He
Yeah,
will
in
stay.
all fairness, he did get them to a very comfortable stage also in the
Yep,
last
yep,
game. It's
yep.
just that वो आखिरी में I don't know, it was really sad. But he did get them to that stage and he's been doing that for a while and he's getting runs all three games. I think he's got 50,
Yep.
or near 50. So yeah, I think he's a very good
And
pick.
ये जो 74 वाला मैच वाज अगेंस्ट पंजाब राइट. सो उसने मतलब
Right.
अगेंस्ट पंजाब भी मारा हुआ है. तो I think that way Rahul becomes a very good buy. And same thing, his counterpart, right? Sam Curran, who's right now captaining Punjab.
Yeah.
He has been very effective now. Batting भी उसकी better हो गई है. Bowling में मतलब last में इस sort of कि वो जिस मैच में batting करता है bowling भी करता है.
Your volume's a bit low, I think.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ जिस मैच में Curran bats, he typically does not bowl well. Where he bowls well, he
Yeah.
typically bat
Yeah.
well.
Has he
But
bowled
still,
well at all this year? I don't recollect him like taking.
yeah, इन्हीं के against 3 wicket. He had taken 3 wickets against LSG.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that way I think डेथ वही कर रहा है मतलब अब नाउ कंसिडरिंग अर्शदीप bowled that excellent last 2 overs. I think Arshdeep also comes into the reckoning. So Karan and Arshdeep will bowl your last 3 overs, and those are the wicket hub for Lucknow with a team which bats so deep. I
Yeah.
think ये
And I
तीन
think
are
after this impact sub rule, like we have seen a lot of all rounders not be that, 2-3 साल पहले जो 4 ओवर फेंकते थे, ओपनिंग आते थे, वो कम हो गए हैं. But I think Karan is the closest or one of the closest we have, right? He will bowl his 4 overs, comes to bat a little early. So I think he's just a very, very, very good fantasy pick.
I think he's the only one maybe Aksar that comes in mind just because DC is
Can
batting.
be, but yeah, of course, not a very good bowler, but yeah.
I think धवन हमारे इस मैच के लिए एक्स फैक्टर हो जाएगा considering lot of managers would not be having him in the squad and मतलब कितने लोग उसको इमिडिएटली लाएंगे तो वो वाली चीज है बट धवन वी नो ही वाज द ऑरेंज कैप होल्डर टिल ही वाज लाइक सॉर्ट ऑफ
Yeah.
देयर तो धवन तो भाई अच्छा एक फैक्टर रहेगा ही अगेंस्ट
Yeah.
he will play that role right like of केएल राहुल where he not be looked down also but like केएल राहुल को तो काफी सुनने को मिलता है बट धवन का लोगों को पता है दैट्स हिज रोल एंड दैट इज व्हाट यू एक्सपेक्ट सो या
Yeah.
सेम थिंग आई थिंक विद धवन also.
Yeah. And I think the last name on my mind, at least, is Krunal. Again, he's also a handy pick, but again, a little unpredictable. Like last game, he took wickets, came one down, got runs. But the last to last game, he didn't bowl, didn't bat. So um, again, like considering how they imploded last game, and he's also a slow player. I don't know if they chase. I don't know if he still comes one down or they, try and wrap up the game and send more big hitters before him, like your Stoinis. And yeah, that gets me to Stoinis. What do you think of Stoinis? I mean, he's also looking interesting. Looks like they're finally trusting him with the ball because I think they stopped playing. I forget his name. The Yudhvir, right? I think they stopped playing
Yeah.
Yudhvir. They got in an extra bat. So that means your Krunal and Stoinis they're trusting as the fifth, sixth bowler. So yeah, what do you think of Stoinis? Is he a good pick?
I think अगर Stoinis bats first, he'll come at that 5, and I expect Rahul to be also a bit more aggressive if they're not chasing. So I think Stoinis becomes a really good pick, but I will be very restricted if he's batting first.
Hmm.
Only if LSG is batting first. Because if LSG bats second, not sure उसका क्या exactly role होता है. Until and unless Punjab score a huge total, which I doubt, right? Like
Hmm.
LSG का bowling काफी solid है. And Punjab's batting, as we all know, it's like just like hit and miss type of batting happening right now. Even last match against Mumbai, they could have easily folded for like 130, 140, right? मतलब it is not
Arjun
a batting which
Tendulkar to
is
the rescue.
या बिल्कुल भाई ने मतलब मैच चेंज कर दिया उस दिन मतलब ही वाज द गेम चेंजर इन अ डिफरेंट वे बट वही है मतलब पंजाब की ऐसी बैटिंग है कि भाई अगर वो बैट फर्स्ट करके फोल्ड कर गए तो केएल तो अपना पूरा खा जाएगा मतलब ही
Yeah.
विल द चेज एंड यू विल नॉट सी स्टोइनिस बैटिंग एट ऑल so
Hmm.
yeah Stoinis I think just if they are batting first becomes a good X factor to have.
Yeah. And I think again now looking at pitch, right? I think Mohali traditionally bowling low scoring. So what about bowlers? I think now there's no Wood. We already discussed Arshdeep. What about bowlers? Like you can see
Bowler
like,
में
it's a big patch of oranges and reds. There are not too many greens, but do any names excite you?
नो वन एज सच इज इंस्पायरिंग राइट नाउ यार मतलब टू बी ऑनेस्ट क्योंकि दोनों आपके एलएसजी एंड पीबीकेएस राइट पंजाब दोनों ही मतलब धवन एंड राहुल विल बी द वंस हु विल मोस्टली नॉट टेक एनी रिस्क तो मेरे पावर प्ले बॉलर्स उतने इंपॉर्टेंट रह नहीं जाते हैं। मेरे डेथ बॉलिंग के ऑप्शंस फिर भी थोड़े इंटरेस्टिंग है, सो आई वुड स्टिल मे बी लुक फॉर Naveen if he is going to bowl at death maybe as an X factor, but upfront wickets तो मुझे बहुत डाउट है, मतलब दोनों से ही उतनी उम्मीद नहीं है। So my upfront bowlers I'm not very keen on. So LS is someone I'll not be that keen on. And same thing goes with आपका अवेश खान, मतलब आई डोंट नो अवेश कितना डेथ में बॉल करेगा, कभी कभी उसको 17th मिलता है, कभी 18th मिलता है,
Yeah,
so not very sure. Middle over, right? Like both the teams have this middle order who will like really attack. So वो वैसे मेरे spinners थोड़े से फिर भी interesting. Like a Bishnoi, I might still be considering. I would have considered a Brar also. So
yeah,
same Brar and Bishnoi, I think are a decent shout outs for me. चहर का इतना फॉर्म खराब है कि अभी मतलब though the situation supports him, I'm not sure the confidence he has.
yeah,
But Bishnoi and Brar, I think, are good X Factor picks for me.
yeah. Again, this Bishnoi, like these middle over spinners, there's just suddenly a dearth of wickets, right? Like in the beginning, they were all notching up a lot of wickets, and now you see Bishnoi and Yuzvendra Chahal, and all these guys. They're getting, those 4 overs, 20, 30 runs getting played out. So fantasy wise, again, still like somehow these death bowlers excite me. But yeah, um, and I think if Punjab bat first. I like Avesh. I think he's been unlucky to have so many reds against his name. He's not been at his best for sure. But again, that's what if Punjab bad, looking at the batsmen they have in their middle order, and him bowling the death, I think he might surprise us. I think he's due a few, so I think he could be a good X factor for today. What
Yep.
about Punjab's uncapped young and some old Harpreet? What about like their uncapped guys, right? Because a lot of them seem exciting. All of them got a few against Mumbai. Prab Simran, Atharva Taide, Harpreet. Do any of these excite you? I mean, if Dhawan comes, I know probably Taide is not expected to play, but I think Prab Simran looks like a good shout, right?
Yep. I think among the three Punjab young uncapped batsmen, Atharva की तो position I'm not sure if the one comes in. Harpreet bats way low the order, so upside काफी कम है. प्रभ सिमरन का ऐसे है कि वो मतलब पावर प्ले में करेगा, अटैकिंग बैट्समैन है, 30-20 मार दिया तो बोनस भी मिल ले जाएगा. सो आई थिंक प्रभ सिमरन दैट वे इज गुड, बट if I have to pick one for this match, I think Brar is someone I'm like
Hmm.
keen on.
Yeah.
And then I go for maybe a Prab Simran if मुझे मतलब बैट वैसे टीम एडजस्ट करनी है.
हाँ,
बट इफ आई
और
डोंट
इस
हैव
बार
एनी
वो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है जो लास्ट टाइम बोला था हमने कि वुड विल गेट प्रभ सिमरन फर्स्ट फर्स्ट ओवर. आज वुड तो नहीं है, तो मे बी प्रभ सिमरन गेट्स अ फ्यू.
एग्जैक्टली.
But yeah,
तो
coming to the middle order foreigners, right? I think both teams have. Punjab has Short, Livingston, and LSG has Stoinis, Puran. Now again, these are all. What do you think of Livingston? I mean, he's not got runs, but he's only played 2 games. He's been bowling. He's even got a wicket. Um, with Punjab's pitch, do you think he gets a bowl and him coming two down? Does that make him a good pick? I think again, like a differential pick.
आई थिंक लिविंगस्टोन मतलब इज ऑलवेज एन एक्स फैक्टर, कि मतलब वो ऐसा बंदा है कि वो जिस दिन चला गया मतलब ही कैन लाइक इज अ कॉन्फिडेंस प्लेयर आल्सो, इफ ही बैट्स वेल ही कम आउट फायर एंड टेक 2 विकेट्स आल्सो, एंड
Yeah,
सेम थिंग वाइस वर्सा. सो वो तो है लिविंगस्टन का. बट कमिंग टू दिस पर्टिकुलर मैच, मैं इसीलिए मतलब आई वुड like among all my X factors also, why would I rate him low is because firstly it's not a batting track. He
yeah,
needs to get those sixers to get himself rolling. अगर उसको वो नहीं आता है शुरू में एक दो उसके फर्स्ट 10 डिलीवरीज में, देन आई डोंट सी लिविंगस्टन लाइक इवन सर्वाइविंग लॉन्ग.
yeah, yeah,
Whereas एंड बॉलिंग में ऐसा है कि उसको मौका मिल जाएगा, दैट इज लार्जली बिकॉज ऑफ चेहर्स फॉर्म. So
yeah.
maybe if they are batting first, then I look at Livingston because chase करते हुए they might over attack Livingston.
Hmm.
But अगर bat first कर रही है LSG, तब तो लिविंगस्टन बिल्कुल ही मतलब I would not go for.
Hmm. Agreed. Yeah. What about this guy? Short. I think he is like, हम देखते ही नहीं है, we ignore him, but I think he's been among their better bats, gets in and over here and there. But yeah, I think he's a little unpredictable. He gets out
He
cheap.
got a chance to open last match, couldn't make it count, should have made it count Wankhede pitch, but मतलब पता नहीं मतलब he is not inspiring confidence. कि
Yeah.
बड़ा innings नहीं दिख रहा है उसमें, like that is my problem with short. Whereas if I have to go for a batsman, I would go for a Rahul and Dhawan,
Hmm.
undoubtedly, who are the
Hmm.
anchors as fantasy pure, right? Like impact shot का शायद ज्यादा हो, but points तो राहुल and धवन ही देंगे मतलब
Yeah.
इस टीम में.
Agreed. Hmm. What
That
about
is
Niaz if he plays? Again, he's such a hit or miss, but last three you can see he's orange or green, so he's got 20 plus scores every time. If he
Mayers.
keeps his spot, do you think he's a good pick?
Yeah, I
With
think Mayers, मतलब last match में what I was surprised was he was ready to bide his time. So it's looking like he's putting a price on his wicket. तो जो बहुत अच्छी news है actually. But उसको bowling अब बिल्कुल ही मतलब they have
bowling
closed his
bundle.
bowling. So yeah, so that way again, if you go for maybe if you have that budget constraint, get needs to get an all rounder, you go for Mayers. बट
Yeah,
अगर प्योर बैटिंग के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखना है तो भाई मतलब आई डोंट सी बियॉन्ड राहुल इन दैट टीम बिकॉज ही इज द गाय who will bat out if he bats out, that is like obviously if he gets a great delivery the whole dynamics changes. But if I have to go with मतलब I expect सबके अराउंड राहुल के अराउंड ही टीम खेलेगी. That's how
yeah,
he is.
yeah, man. Like I'm very, very skeptical around these Lucknow openers against Arshdeep. I feel like he has the potential to get
Yeah,
Rahul out because Rahul take first 10 balls is just very unsettled and
that's true.
Arshdeep bowls like attacking, right? He'll bowl those Yorkers and this and that, and I'm just a little worried. But yeah. Any other names? I think Badonis and your Shahruk's. Again, it's just fantasy wise a no-no just purely because of how late they come into bat. Although Badoni is an outside shot, right? Like I think they're trusting him more, especially after that one innings. I think he's come a little up the order. I think even last game he came two down.
बट नहीं किया नहीं उसने कुछ किया नहीं तो उसको
किया
उसी
तो
रोल पे
नहीं.
रखेंगे आई थिंक फिनिशिंग रोल में ही रखेंगे. He and Harpreet Bhatia are same thing. Like if a top order collapse happens, they become great picks. But as fantasy, like you cannot,
You can't predict.
मतलब
Yeah.
you cannot go for that as your मतलब अगर ऑप्शन है तो नहीं जाओ. मतलब अगर बहुत कैचअप करना है लीग में तो इतना रिस्क बनता है. बट अदरवाइज तो आई डोंट थिंक सो मेक सेंस टू टेक दैट बिगर रिस्क ऑन देम.
Yep. Okay, cool. I think we've discussed the main guys. Maybe let's jump into Dream 11. So this is the team we had in mind. Now again, Dhawan and Quinton we have in here because if he plays, he's an excellent Dream 11 shout. Um, Again, LSG after last loss, he very well might play. So him, but if he doesn't, I think Puran's probably the best option. Um, and then Rahul, Dhawan, Arshdeep, Karan, Krunal, no-brainers. And then we also have Livingston and Stoinis because of the potential they offer to perform with bat and or ball, right? Um, what about differentials? Like, I think a lot of exciting names on here, and I think based on who bats first, there are clear shouts as to who to go for. Like, Prab Simran and Avesh, we already discussed. If Punjab bat, Prab Simran is an explosive batsman. Avesh is likely to get some wickets. Similarly, if LSG bat, Puran probably comes up the order, in the 12th, 13th over whenever they lose a wicket and, strike at a good rate. And Rabada or Ellis, whoever plays, bowls the death and likely to get wickets, right? And I think avoids we have discussed. Maybe let's discuss captains real quick. I think that's the other main thing left. So I think
आई
say
थिंक
for sure.
या
You,
आई थिंक राहुल करण कृणाल ये सब एकदम ही मतलब दे आर वेरी सेफ चॉइसेस.
yeah,
मतलब more so for Karan and Krunal because they are one of the few all-rounders, as you were saying, who will bowl at least Krunal at least 2 overs, Karan to mostly 3 or 4 ही करता है.
Yeah.
So and they bat Krunal bats above Karan. So yeah, मतलब काफी सही choices हैं.
Yeah.
And yeah, and Rahul, so we have spoken about.
Who's your like one or maybe two super bold picks for the day?
Hmm.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, I know. I think
Arshdeep, man. I mean,
Arsh,
Arshdeep is also probably in the safe category.
हाँ वही मैं सोच रहा था
But
कि उसको मैं बोल्ड बोलूं कि अब सेफ ही बोलना पड़ेगा बिकॉज
I
अर्शदीप आई
don't
थिंक
think
हैज
he's
टेकन अ
bold,
विकेट
especially
एवरी गेम
recency bias. No, दो stump उखाड़ा है अभी. अब तो मतलब safe ही है.
and he has taken 1 wicket every game of the season.
He's in
That's
the
like
purple
pretty
cap
amazing.
reckoning. I think he's,
Yeah,
quietly moved to fourth or fifth or something.
absolutely. So yeah, Arshdeep I think safe में ही डालना पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
If I have to go for really bold moves because I think it's more of a bowling track, I would go for I think मैं वही सोच रहा हूँ नवीन उल हक कुछ ज्यादा ही बोल्ड हो रहा है बट आई थिंक आई विल मतलब if there is some game this is the game where I think he will bowl those overs where he will face these uncapped bats of Punjab possibly. So yeah, I think Naveen Ul Haq is a very very bold pick, but I think a good maybe shout out for this game.
Yeah.
What do you have if you have to pick one? What would be your?
Again, like I'm a I'm an all-rounder fan, so I like Stoinis, especially because of current state, right? Like two things. One is, of course, they're going in with one lesser bowler. I think they continue to do that. So I think that automatically means Stoinis becomes their main sixth bowler, and I think he does get to bowl even today. And I think after last game, I think he comes up the order as well. I think he came last game with 4 balls left, and when it was too late, I think they send him higher up to get a few, and he's a good batsman. So I think he's capable of getting runs both with bat and ball, which makes him a little safer, makes his ceiling a little higher. So I think he's my bold pick for the day. Cool. I think that pretty much covers it. Uh, all the best for the game, and we'll see you for the double headers.
All the best, guys.
Okay.